What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Dr. Funk live show. Thank you guys so much for subscribing on YouTube, for checking us out on Facebook Live, when you're listening to us on Apple Music, Spotify, Podbay, Podbean. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And we are going to be discussing the latest purple news and other stuff going on. So, hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to 2020. I'm not Barbara Walters or the other dude, but welcome to 2020 and everything that's gone along with it. Sorry we didn't have a show on Wednesday. We're dealing with fires over here, and unfortunately, it's been 100 still this week. So around this time, the heat will be seeping in with the smoke on Wednesday, and it would not have been good. So I decided on Friday, because the air quality would be better, albeit still hot. So those are things that are going on. I have not read Neil Carlin's memoir yet. I do believe a digital copy was sent, but I kind of like stuff in print. So that's it. You guys are talking about TikTok. Make sure to download it by Sunday if you're in the US. That's all you got to do. As for the other stuff going on, something that rhymes with the NPG, we heard that going on. So yes, TikTok is for people 30 and under, as Prince would say in concert. 35 and over, clap your hands. 18 and over, 18 and under, shake that ass. So there you go with that. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy how much smoke was getting everywhere. So just imagine here, it looked like in the Bay Area, it looked like Mars last week. But right now we're seeing clouds. I'm seeing a little bit of blue, but not a lot. We're hoping for better air quality tomorrow. Hello there, you guys on YouTube and Facebook, and the one person that'll probably be on Twitch. It's just been ridiculous. 2020 is it's the gift that keeps on giving, whether you want it to or not. That's all I can say about that. But we are all in this together, right? Did I almost do the two-handed thing? Just trying to make sure you guys saw the music club. That's it. Staying safe, doing my thing. I had to go out in the heat for a little bit, and I do have curly hair. You guys may not see it. It would have taken me too long to be able to do it from when I got back. So yeah. I downloaded TikTok earlier today. I've been looking at other people posting the stuff on Twitter and Instagram, but now I have it myself just in case I need it. So, but yeah, end of times or sign of the times. I'd rather it be sign of the times than other stuff going on. We're gonna have Baby Yoda watch out for us, right? Oh, one more week at least, and at least we have something to look forward to when it comes to the Sign of the Times release, right? Except if on Amazon, I'm seeing that there supposedly our shipments will arrive on the 29th, and with the estate, unless you got the mega shipping, so nah. Nope, there's no dancing on TikTok. I know my role. We have Kirky J do that. So, but if you're outside the US, I don't think you have to worry about it so much downloading it. Yeah, those are the things that are going on with it for sure. So Yeah. You have to re-download it. I don't think so. Yeah. Just checking in on you guys. Better than I am. I can do stuff, but I know my audience. You guys will find out. I don't say who I'm going to interview anymore because there's too many people hating and then trying to get the same person. So we got the person from Twitch on now, Beastly Gaming. I think they're in the wrong place, but it's all good. I welcome you. Canada, I think you're fine. Your president isn't trying to get rid of the gap, prime minister, anything like that. So those are the things that are going on. So, no. Canada should be FINE fine, and your borders are closed. That's all you got to worry about. You don't have any other people from the U.S. trying to get up in there. Do you know? So let's talk about fun stuff. And no, that would not mean me doing TikTok dances. That may be fun for y'all to watch, but not for me to do. So yeah. Here's something that won't be in the box set, but it's still something pretty cool to have. Remember, the first one I found of these was Tower Outlet across the street from our Tower Records. Can someone tell me what this is? Yeah. Yeah, you gotta download it before Sunday. That's all. Have I been to Canada? Not yet. Are you offering? Right now, we can't go anyway. So, yep, the YouTube person got it first before BP. But I can never take the place of Your Man / Hot Thing cassette single. So it's one of the things that I first, like I said, I saw and I was like, wait, what? A long box cassette single? And of course, I couldn't wait to open it. So I had to find one that was still sealed. There we go. Come here to Canada if you can, if you want. After that, what's there for me in Canada? When I'm able to travel again, it will be to Minneapolis first. And we'll see about other places and continents. No international lever, though. So, yeah, shouldn't have opened it. And people know what this is, right? Me blocking it. It doesn't hold a lot of liquid, though. But it's a fun cup to have. I like the bigger ones that can hold more. Talking about the drink. So, yeah. So how many people are anxiously awaiting your Sign of the Times set? Last year at this time, well, actually in November of last year, we're waiting on the 1999 set to be released. I haven't seen anything like this yet for Sign of the Times, but hopefully there'll be some promotional material like that available. It's just me pulling stuff out. Isn't too much that I have here that you guys would care about. Yeah. The MPG MC coffee mug. BP got it right. So yes. What is me? Oh, you're talking about the Sign of the Times set. Sorry about that. my mind. So yes, we're all looking forward to the Sign of the Times set for sure. Although it looks like Baby Yoda is having their eyes on something by them right now. Baby Yoda got lucky. I didn't. Oh man. Come with the questions, come with the entertainment, or else I'm going to be boring for you guys, and we don't want that. Make sure if you haven't, share this to your groups and other things. I want to make that type of party. Although California got the better stuff. I don't do it, but I smell it. That's all I know. You always tell when people have the bad weed. Anyway, yeah. Can we talk about something else? The Sign of the Times set. My health. On Wednesday, had a few doctor's appointments, blood tests, stuff like that. So that's another reason why Wednesday there was no show, but it had more to do with the smoke here and just not wanting to be breathing that in while doing a show with you guys. Let's see, rehab, but Bonnie, Prince regretted twice not being able to do stuff with her. And of course, we got, I Want a Man thing this week from Sign of the Times. Do most buy a Paisley Park site or Amazon? Are you talking about buying this set? Yeah, how many people bought this set from the Prince estate or are buying it elsewhere or have already pre-ordered it? Where did you guys order it from? You smell it from your son's room. Well, you're in Cali. There you go. I haven't been listening to it yet, Donna. And the reason being is that they've been playing tracks from it, and I want to hear the full thing. I don't want no spoilers. But I'm sure the interviews are amazing. So, what am I up to for the weekend? Are you just staying in? Do you have plans? Am I supposed to go to Canada? I will be listening to something. And that's all I'll say about that. Where I'll be or where I'll be going. So a bunch of you from Amazon, estate still waiting. That might be what you're saying next Friday, depending on your shipping methods. So it's almost even, maybe one more for Amazon than the Prince estate supporting. Any word on a Netflix doc? That's going to be some time. That's all I'll say with that. And you're not going to be getting it like next week, but it will be, you'll be getting it in the future, just not anytime soon. I don't think COVID is messing with that so much, but it's still a process, so. But at least we got another track from the package if you guys actually listen to it, the sound is pretty amazing. And all right. So I would say for t-shirts and other things that are estate exclusive, I purchase from the estate. You can get it elsewhere. I get it elsewhere just because sometimes people are impatient and they can't wait for it to be delivered, or it says it's delivered and it's not, and it's other stuff. It's been something. It'd be great if they did get the orders out before Amazon. It would be great. That would give you another benefit of wanting to order from the estate, from other stuff. The air quality should be better by then, yes, unless the wind starts coming. Okay. Well, everyone is always gonna have a problem with one person or another about giving money or doing stuff. You need a man. Yes. Email sounds great. Bernie did the damn thing. Yep. I saw that. Rhymes with MPG. It's 2020, you know. What do I think of neurotic lover bedroom? My bedroom's over there and my neurotic lover. I remember someone, I don't know if it was Mad Magazine, but they called it Neurotic City instead of Erotic City. So, whatever I want to talk about. Well, you guys ask questions and I will see where we go with it, YouTube people. So people don't think I'm talking to myself or other things. Sometimes you're on 3 different platforms. It's a little different. So, yeah. Bonnie Raitt, man. Of course, the one who did I Can't Make You Love Me First, that both Prince and George Michael both did amazing covers of. And I love them both. Just Hold Me Close Between My Thighs. Well, that was Prince being the chameleon. You know, the true chameleon that he was as an artist. You know, if he didn't call it Camille, you know, sometimes Camille maybe was short for chameleon, just spelled differently. But it's one of those things that made Prince so different. But yeah, hope that answered your question, Mecca. On that. But yeah, estate stuff is good. You know, I just when it comes to the music, I want to have it quicker. That's what it comes down to. So, what kind of Andy Allah story do you want me to tell? I remember one time we were at Hotel Cafe. You know, we go there to watch Andy perform. It was after she was doing stuff with Prince. I think it was possibly 2014. Andy takes the stage, performs. The door that's by the Hotel Cafe, which is actually the exit, not the entrance, someone all of a sudden is right there and then moves by the stage. And then we see it, but Andy doesn't see it until she walks off stage at the end of her set. And then she sees what we saw kind of like by the door when it first came in as this afro. But at that time, Hotel Cafe, you couldn't take a lot of photos. Matthew Bitton was there with his camera, but he wasn't taking a shot of it. We just knew he was there, but Andy was pleasantly surprised. So it's like she gets off stage. Thank you guys so much. And there he is. And then it's like I talked with her afterwards and she's like, did you know he was going to be here? I'm all like, and we were just trying to, you know, because he was talking about wanting to release Superconductor Reloaded, which would have extra stuff on it. And I went, you know, what do you think of that? And she's like, what do you think of it? And I went, I think that you should get him to pay for another video and be able to put it out. So we'll buy the Sign Times box set at Paisley Park, 9:25, and the rest of shipment will probably arrive. I'm up there. I hope you have fun there. So who is Princess? That's funny that there's someone from Largo, LA, at least in that name, who's Prince's hottest girlfriend. They're all pleasantly beautiful. So not getting into that. Too much competition. Finally received my Rainbow Tone t-shirt and then a second one. Well, that's good if you got a second one for bonus, although it took a while for it to come. So I have not met Vanity. I did not. but I know stories about her from someone that lived in the same place that she did in the 80s, the piano being played. We'll tell that story one day. I need to talk with the person that was there more. And he's not someone that's involved in the Purple Camp, was just someone who randomly was there and told me the story. So everyone's got a Prince story. Everyone. That's all I got to say, and it's true. Whether they know it or not. Instead of 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, it should be 6 degrees of Prince Rogers Nelson, for sure. So, yeah. Other questions? Like a teacher about to write on the chalkboard. Any questions? Yeah. What was up with I Need a Man? It was that version of it was for Bonnie Raitt. It was originally for the Hookers earlier in Prince's career, which later became Vanity 6, wasn't put on there. Let's see. Did she wear a denim jacket to that release party? I helped promote it. We had it in a hotel room at the W. And I invited Yvette Nicole Brown, who was on Community at that time. You guys may know her more from the after show on Walking Dead that she hosts. And I invited Nika Costa there as well. Matthew Bitton, and put him in contact with Andy to take photos of her because he was wanting to be introduced to get that done. So I did that. Should I count that as a favor? It helped Andy, right? That's what it comes down to. I wonder how much you bought it for. You can tell me that at another time. You guys are gonna make me tell one time at band camp stories? And obviously, as you guys are seeing, because I'm still looking at the questions and you're seeing where my eyes are going, it was supposed to be installed last Saturday by Best Buy. Everything has been paid for, but the person didn't know how to install extended mounts. So that's where I'm at right now. Of course, we don't have the TV stand behind me yet either. So, enough. Good answer. Whatever happened to Tamara and the scene? They became unseen. That's something that Prince probably would have said. Just like what he said about someone, if they still sing in the shower. Yeah. Oh, man. More my purple drink to fill up the MPG mug that's too small. They need to make Prince mugs that are bigger, official mugs for you guys that are shopping on Facebook for unofficial items. Bad. Oh my God. You guys are a tough crowd tonight. We get the Friday crowd, but I know that the news that broke beforehand kind of has people bummed out. So we got to go with it. Get it done. Have fun. Do I have to pull out something else from here? Probably there's nothing else to pull out. So, what do I think about Kanye trying to get the masters back for artists? Yeah, Kanye isn't trying to get it back for himself or do anything for him, right? Let's see how that whole promise to Taylor Swift comes through. In all honesty, I really, really, really was wanting Taylor Swift to challenge Scooter Braun for her masters and fight them in court. So I want to see how they treat a white female artist in our court systems. And it could possibly help for stuff that may happen in the future for 2021. Let's also remember that Taylor writes all her own material. and puts it out. Kanye uses a lot of samples and other things. So him saying that his music is more than hers, that's not necessarily true when it comes to the catalog. So, but Prince was fighting that for a long time. I don't like the insinuation that he made, but Prince was battling it, and Prince in the 90s was ridiculed for it. From the artist formerly known as Relevant to he's moving his career from the toilet to the cesspool, all this stuff. But in the end, now he's seen as a person that knew what he was talking about and was ahead of his time. Yeah. Eddie Murphy, sure, Ray Leonard. He did take care of it, people, especially with the music club on that. So, what up, Julie? So, Kanye is confused and off his meds. I don't like the political stuff, and now this other thing he's doing. I don't have that, Susan. No. I think that if there is a photo, it's something that Afshin has as a party. It's only a side of me. That's not like we would be going on photo shoots together. I'm more photogenic now than I was then. And I hid from the camera like a mother ducker. So, yeah. Diddy, you mentioned Diddy. Remember at the 3121, was it the BET Awards after show at the Beverly Hills Hotel? P. Diddy and his bodyguard, that when you have BO that's so bad, it starts to smell like cheese. That's what his bodyguard smelled like. And one of the twins put down one of their tambourines by the stage. And of course, Diddy, don't know if he had alcohol in him, but he picked up one of the tambourines, was playing it, and then he walked off with it. Yeah. There you go, Diddy. Wonder whatever happened to it. So, okay. Number one, with this, they couldn't do it when he was here. Just like the Purple Rain Deluxe, they wanted to release it in 2014, but he was all like, no, you release Artificial Age and Plectrum Electrum, then we'll see about Purple Rain, the remaster. And the thing is that he was only going to give them the 9 tracks. There was going to be no deluxe, no stuff like this, because Prince didn't care about that stuff when he was here. And as he even said before, when it came to the Vault tracks, it will be released in the future, but he won't be here for it. So it isn't strange. It's just one of those things that it was not going to happen when he was here. Plain and simple. So that's it. It's all good. Puff, it was gone. Oh, you're bad. But yeah, I mean, I remember one other person in my life at a Prince event that smelled like cheese. A fan. They're a nice person, but he saw your outfit. You didn't need to keep wearing the same one, girl. Yeah. That idea makes sense now. Yes. And of course, the Purple Rain remaster that Prince did was with Joshua Welton, I believe. The rumor was Pro Tools. That's why the sound is so much different than the 1999 Super Deluxe and what you guys will hear with the Sign of the Times Super Deluxe. So there you go with that. But the Purple Rain Deluxe, and of course on vinyl, you only have those 9 tracks of it as well. But we would not be getting these unreleased tracks if Prince was still here. It's just something that he didn't care about. That's why the vault was in the condition it was in after 4/21/16, is he concentrated on new stuff, and at times if he wanted to pull things out like Extra Lovable, he would rearrange it and do different stuff with it. So That's what you had to look for. All right, let's get off that. Next thing you guys are going to talk about nacho cheese Doritos and stuff. You know, other things. But just one of those things that my memory remembers, because you're by the stage and you're like, you're smelling them before they hit you. And at least with Prince, like we would smell him before he came into a room, and it smelled very flowery. It was not lavenderly flowery. It'd be like if like an orange flower had a smell, that's how Prince would smell like. So yeah. Any thoughts on what we might be getting if he were still here? Well, you would have got Black is the New Black and other stuff. And you would have probably gotten a piano and microphone show at Montreux in 2016 because there's in discussions for that. So but that's it. Is these sets are just a reminder that he isn't here anymore, because we wouldn't be getting them. The people that are involved wouldn't have the work that they're doing right now. But it's just one of those things. And again, as he said from his own mouth, you know, is that he would not be the one to release the vault tracks. So that's what it goes on from. And he was right. So we know there's uncovered kryptonite. Who's anyone listening to these things? No one has heard. We all are. But come on, he had so much unreleased material that a bunch of us had that we shouldn't have had. So, you know, that's just it, from live recordings to studio stuff. So that's why we can't really complain about that Sign of the Times DVD, because we weren't supposed to have it. So there's so many songs I want to hear on the Sign of the Times Deluxe. I'd love to hear I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man, Shep Pettibone remix, and be brought back into 1987, because he was ruling it then. Let's see, with this one, I believe it was from 1990, I want to say 92 through 95 for the LA one. But it was the China Club first, which Prince loved performing at. And he did like, after the MTV Video Music Awards, he did a very famous show at the China Club afterwards, where the whole, you know, see-through pants to get off performance. But he loved that club and he ended up buying it. So he turned the China Club into Glam Slam. Best Prince book out there right now. I like the photo books. So I really like Randy's because it's bigger. I love Afshin's. I love Allen's as well. I wish all of them were the size, and Steve Parks. I wish all of them were the size of Randy's. So, and as for the Vault Music, they're in Iron Mountain right now in Los Angeles, and it's a great place to have it. Don't worry about the fires. It's on solid ground. And it's in a better place than what Paisley was, because it was not being taken care of at Paisley. I cannot stress that enough. The Iron Mountain fees are steep, but it needs to be done and protected. So possibly in the future, when it comes to that Rebels, of course, the sound quality that we have of it is quite good. So you'll have to have some more stuff with it, but a Journey Mind special edition would not be such a bad idea, would it? You may think so, you know, but the main thing is that it isn't Blu-ray, but it still looks clean. You're also watching on a smaller device where it's a little bit, you know, they can get in a little bit tighter with it. But I'm appreciative for it and I'm happy for it, just like the 1999 DVD that came. So, you know, most people. I was talking about more with photo books and stuff. So, That story is not true. That's not what Prince said. And there's recordings of that Rolling Stones show circulating. It's quite hard to listen to because Prince was singing in his deeper register, and you can tell he was a little nervous. You got 90,000 people booing you. It's kind of tough, but felt kind of rushed with the songs and stuff. But that's not what he said, at least on the microphone. So, just make sure that you buy this stuff when it's officially released, because we're not supposed to have it, and not complain about it too much. So it's a tough one. I think I'm not certain on that, who he would consider it. I think a lot of people consider themselves acquaintances, and then they were close to him at one time. When it comes to it. So, right. So if you guys are like watching on YouTube, the questions will be right there. We're answering stuff that deserves it. Can you give a quick recap on Sign of the Times? Originals and unreleased, yes. How many haven't really looked into? Yeah, it's the originals, which has been needing a remaster, along with unreleased recordings, remixes, the 12 inches, a live show, and the Sign of the Times New Year's Eve show with Miles Davis. But Bob, you got to understand, like, with that Miles Davis show, for the casual fan or other things, that's something that should be out there and should be circulating. And of course, remember, it's interesting. Just like with 1999 Super Deluxe, same thing with Sign of the Times. You're not getting any videos from those albums on the sets, right? There's a reason why for that. There's a reason why certain things can only be put out. Do you think we'll ever see the 3121 movie? Man, you guys, be careful what you ask for. I mean, as a long form video thing, it's good. But it makes Graffiti Bridge look like Gone with the Wind. So there we go. And I'd love for that to be released in the future. We can see how things play out and where things are more defined in 2021, and who will be releasing that. I won't talk about my cloud guitars, but hopefully the estate will be selling them. And Paisley Park should sell them too. I know originally that's who was first selling it. See, the thing is that, it's how we feel. Because he called me like a true friend or a good friend in an interview, a print interview. But I was surprised by that. It's just tough. Like right now, I don't have I don't know who I would say is my closest, best male friend. I have people that I know, people that I talk to a lot, but not everyone knows everything going on with me or I see every day. COVID kind of makes it all messed up. too bad the Bump Squad is dead, because I heard that that group used to take care of San Diego too. Maybe they need a Purple Army San Diego. But as being older, it's a little bit different. So, Graffiti Bridge is the most confusing movie. There was a lot of it that was edited out. I try not to be. I was on the org with an account on there years ago. I was on there this week. The thing is that egos and whatnot get in the way, and just trying to have a joyful experience. It's a little bit different. So, yeah. Well, Bump Squad, then. Where's J7 at? For that question, where are the constant parties? Where are the constant meetups that J7 would have? Whip something out. Bro, it ain't that type of show, but I know what you're talking about. Have this that Jace Whitman drew and then sent me it. I think I have multiple ones. One from the controversy era that he drew, which is kind of cool. And then let's see, one from the parade era that Jace sent me. So I'm really appreciative for both. Haven't talked to him in a while, unfortunately. It's just trying to take care of yourself during all these things. So, housequake.com. I miss Housequake. They had issues with me. That's it. J7 was cooler than Dr. Funkenberry. But people's egos had to get in the way. That's why Jay isn't allowed to post on the Bump Squad anymore. His stuff doesn't get approved. So how can something be alive if the creator isn't part of it? Do I think Parade will be the next Super Deluxe? Guess we'll find out. Yeah. So. Guess we will find out, but let's enjoy the sign of time set first. We're looking too far ahead, and then we can't enjoy the stuff that we're going to be having in our possession. How do I feel about Uptown Magazine? I used to do stuff with them under the J7 moniker and Jeremiah Freed moniker. So, and especially towards the last few years, like when they would be doing a tour in the US, I would be asking people not to do online reviews, so it can be in the magazine, so it would be exclusive to there. So we're looking for ways to keep the print medium alive. Articles that I wrote included like the Rainbow Children Review and other stuff that ended up in the Vault book, which I wasn't credited for. But sometimes if I didn't speak up, there was stuff that I did for Uptown that didn't get credited, and they would credit me in the next issue, and I couldn't understand that. So, yeah. It's from a friend. We don't need to get into that, put everyone's business out. Then, Color Under the Cherry Moon. As Jerome Benton once said on our show, if it exists, it's in the vault. We'll see. So, Yep, you can always catch the replay. And I was just saying earlier that the reason we didn't have a show on Wednesday is how bad the smoke was in LA and how hot it was. And at this time, I'd be breathing in the smoke through my place. So it wasn't smart to do it then. The skies are a lot clear now. It's still smoky, but it's not as bad. It was like 105 on Wednesday, and today I think it reached 102, so it's a little bit cooler. So, love the controversy era. I love him way back. I was too sexy and wore hardly anything. All right. You know, I hope when I wear hardly anything, people will call me sexy, but that ain't going to be happening on camera. This is like, usually I'm wearing dress shirts for you guys, but again, with how hot it's been, it's tough. And you have the light on you and all these other things. It just makes it more difficult. I can keep it black and white, but also have it under the cherry moon color just because some of the colors that Prince would wear were quite bright. So did I go somewhere to get away from the smoke? I stayed inside because it just would have been worse. And it just sucks because the things I like to do for my mental health when you're having to stay in all the time is go out for drives. And that was taken away last weekend. The weekend before that was 121 degrees. So you're just like going insane off the walls. And all you're doing is just watching movies, watching sports stuff, and listening to music and reading. And then it gets so freaking hot when it hits 121 degrees, you can do nothing but sleep. So it's just fun. I don't have central air. And the air conditioners, after a certain amount of temperature, they don't do no good. So I don't think Love Sexy is next. I don't think you have anything to worry about on that thing. So, but Dormant should be released. And if they can, if it wasn't filmed with video and actually was used with film, then actually they can make a Blu-ray of it, which would be awesome. So I know people ask this all the time. And all we heard is just from Rosie's daughter that she's doing as well as she can be. You know, that's it. So, yeah. Woo. We got 12 minutes left till top of the hour. You guys got to ask some more questions if we're going to be staying on. But yeah. And you want to know, you don't even want to know what my power bill was. Like, and we didn't, that wasn't even like for that 121 degree heat. It was just, it's been hot since June here. So, are all the Camille songs on the Sign of Times box set? No, they are not, because they couldn't be because of Crystal Ball, you know, with Good Love and other stuff. But one day, all of them will be on there. One day. So, nothing about Under the Cherry Moon release. It's just something that someone asked about and we brought it up. So, why, thank you. I wasn't trying. I was just trying to look clean and presentable. So I appreciate it. Although I feel underdressed without my dress shirts. So, Dream Guest, are you talking about for the show or are you talking about for something else? So you gotta be playful sometimes. Dream Guest will have people on. It will be people that will actually be on the show. You know, so my brain just thought about live footage of a show. Which show? I am not going into my closet. Let's see. But maybe one day I'll pull stuff out. But one of my best memorable items is my memory. of the things that I experienced, because sometimes that's all we had. So, some people have no sense of humor. So, most interesting thing you know about Prince? That's tough. Um, I'd say multiple songs off the set, along with that Shep Pettibone remix. Um, that's a tough one too. You know, we talked a lot about stuff. Like the first time that we talked, we were arguing about remasters and other stuff, and him taking videos off of YouTube and not having them up, and how I felt about that. So, Rainbow Children shirt. Which one did you get? Because there's two different ones: the dark one or the white one with musicians. I don't know if they jumped the gun. I think they mislabeled stuff, because it wasn't all the tracks. It was just a Sign of the Times album missing 3 tracks, which to me means there was a mistake. What's interesting is a week before that on Apple Music, and no one caught this, Saturday night, September 6th, La 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 He 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 10-minute version comes on my device. It says from the Sign of the Times Super Deluxe. Sounds amazing. And then I click on the Super Deluxe item, and it had all the 12 inches that were officially released and Power Fantastic. And I played it, and Power Fantastic sounds absolutely amazing. So whatever Apple Music leaked or whatever, it was up for a short amount of time where other people didn't get it. I was able to hear it and download it. But the sound quality was absolutely amazing. So you guys have nothing to worry about. Haven't heard of David Island? I don't think so. God willing, it'll still be open and still be different and vibrant. Those are the things that we have to keep alive, and that's where I try to concentrate on his legacy. So, well, it's not that he mentioned it to me, but we know that he liked Red House and some other stuff. You can totally hear an influence on Dreamer, of it. No. And someone asked this question earlier. I have not listened to the stuff yet, because it's spoilers. I don't want to hear snippets of material or whatnot in certain sound quality. I want to hear it all at once. So, we talked by the kitchen, and then we talked by the soundboard when it came to Paisley, and then when we were walking around it, he asked me if I was there before he colored it and made it all how it looked. Just that it was the controversy tour, along with a little bit of acting and whatnot. But maybe if that would have came out, we wouldn't have had a Purple Rain. So here's hoping in the future we'll get Second Coming to come out posthumously. But if it would have came out around that time, we may not have gotten the Purple Rain. So those are the things that play into it. And there's probably a lot more in the vault that we're not even aware of. Documentary that he was working on with A&E in 2001 for the Hit and Run tour, and other things like that. So when it came to stuff like that, I'd say that Prince had his own vibe on it, and he'd hate the comparisons because he'd feel that the reason that people are comparing him is because of their color. You know, I just felt that Prince was just showing what an awesome guitar player he is on that song. And I don't think Hendrix ever talked about Red Bull and Patron. So just one of those things that Prince made his own. When it came to cloud guitars or, guitars with the symbol on it, or even making the Honer his signature guitar, for sure. So. You never know. You never know. And I agree with that sentiment. Prince was an amazing guitar player who was overlooked for a long time. His image, his look, his persona put a lot of people off. So, not with him personally on that, because it wasn't such a big issue at that time. We know that he's made stuff clear on it. You know, I think he didn't like it being sold. And of course, I think out of pressure in 2015, he was saying he didn't mind people trading it. The main thing is he was just afraid of certain things hurting him, hurting his sales and concerts. That's one of the reasons why he'd be afraid to release live shows, is that he thought if it was out there and people like loved the way a certain song sounded, and then he was touring and then he changed up the way it sounded, that they would be expecting that version of it. That's one of the main reasons why he didn't want to release live recordings. You know, sometimes would overanalyze some things. So it was just lyrics from that song. You know, he had expensive taste in alcohol. So, you know, that's for other people to discuss in studio sessions. I did see one at his studio session. I think it was like a $400 bottle of something that he brought at like 4 a.m. after he couldn't sleep and left, and then came back when we were chilling in the studio. So yeah. All right, guys. You gonna be satisfied with an hour, or are you gonna have more questions for it? See, I didn't work at Paisley on that, but I know that people, except for the late years, that they were working all the time, you know, running on fumes. But he chilled out towards the end a lot more. So I wouldn't say rigged. I'd say they got it wrong. But you have to understand that Prince was kind of known in the industry as a bit of a jerk. And of course, at that time, younger artists as himself were being passed over for more established. I mean, a few years later, he had Quincy Jones winning 13 awards for Back on the Block. You know, nowadays it's like seems like everyone gets a Grammy. Not only that, they get like 7 a year. It's just a lot different now than it was then. No, we didn't discuss that. The thing is that if you brought up male artists to Prince, he wouldn't really want to talk about that. You know, he'd want to focus more on his own music, whether it was Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars, The Weeknd. Even I heard, why am I forgetting her name right now? And I want to credit her before I say the story. Lala was talking about like how Prince thought Michael Bublé was corny, but again, he wasn't going to give too much love to male artists at all. Be more about female. And then in fact, when I was working on something with Access Live for shows for Prince, where they were willing to like spend 3 months at Paisley and every weekend like have different live shows or film it, when they were putting up the proposal for him, they had like pictures of Robin Thicke and Justin Timberlake, and I asked them to remove it and put Esperanza Spalding and Alicia Keys instead, because he was like, I'm like, if you're trying to get his attention, doing it that way isn't going to be it. At times there was, but it was his place of living, and he kind of didn't want that stuff there, you know? So, and exactly, and he didn't want to get into, he would feel pigeonholed, you know, if he released live recordings. At least that's how he felt. So, yeah, see, that quote isn't true. That's not true. Eric Clapton had a lot of respect for Prince, you know, but that quote isn't true, you know. So I'm not going to be heavily critical, because there's just haters that try to twist stuff because they want to be involved. There could be more that could be done, and I said that before, but you know, I think what was put out, you guys are going to really enjoy, but there could be more done. Yes. You're talking to someone that's never satisfied. Like myself, I push myself constantly on things. And then you just wonder if you're ever going to be happy, because you're constantly looking for things to be better or whatnot. So, you know. Someone asked this earlier. I haven't listened to them yet, just because of the spoilers, but I think that they're important. I also think that the Prince podcasters that do stuff, that do not freaking hate on other people's shows and make it more difficult for them, I'm cool with those people. It turns into this pissing contest. I don't understand it. I wish there was more female podcasters doing stuff to get that female point of view. I appreciate Kanisa Williams and other people doing that. The Muse to the Pharaoh podcast, if you guys haven't heard it, check that out. Let her know on Twitter, recommended that, but I'm just tired. Like, I don't look at it as anything as a competition. If you want to be different, you do things differently, and that's what I try to do with this show. So and he had love for Lenny. But here was what, Lenny making Rock and Roll is Dead, and then he's like, Rock and Roll is alive, and it lives in Minneapolis. What do you mean the real story? You know, as far as it's told, like he rehearsed it somewhat one time, but then he killed it at the live performance, which is just like we did Fury on Saturday Night Live. I saw the rehearsal version of that. Wasn't the same. He flubbed the lyric. Wasn't the same power, but man, when the cameras were on for that Fury performance, killed it. Eric never said that, no. How are they holding up? I think it's tough. Like, look, played a part in their life at different ways, and some were closer to him than others. And you know, he may not have wanted them around because they were a reminder of him getting older. You know, it's just a little different. But I really hope that for our sake as fans, that they're going to start having a say in things, because I truly believe that they'll actually listen to us and the things that we want, the things that we need. But I hope that they're doing well, and that's all I can say. I don't want to make presumptions, because sometimes we're all battling stuff that no one else knows about. And, sometimes the outside world, it's easier to do stuff. Dustin in the house. Paisley Knights getting their groove on. And I think they're doing something special for Mark's turning 44. Mark don't look 44. But he's going to be counting down the 44 best Prince songs to him. Countdown coming up. You can drop the date and time for that. But Dudley D in the house, Dustin. Make sure to show him some love. As someone said about J7, I'd say Taika's in her skin. I unfortunately sold the shares, but it's a decision that she'll have to live with and do stuff. But, they'll still have some sort of say. You hope. That's what it comes down to. In the future, depending on if someone is in or out of a contract. The thing is that when you put up a new video like the Holly Rock one, or putting up a rehearsal to Manic Monday footage, or Nothing Compares to You, it's a little different than an unreleased video, because those videos most likely already belong to Sony, but Warner Brothers is the one releasing the deluxe edition, so they do not have the clearance to put out those videos. With an agreement, they can put out something like the New Year's Eve show, but that's it. And just remember, like, those videos were probably shot on video, not on film, so you're not going to get a Blu-ray treatment. So, bam. Bam. Yeah. And by the way, I do want to say thanks to you guys who have been donating. I tried to email people back. It's not showing me everyone that's donated. And then with on Venmo, it's only allowing me to send you guys a heart. And I don't know if you guys want to be acknowledged on this show or whatnot. So it's I don't want to embarrass you or things like that, but I do see it and I appreciate it. I just have to be quicker on responding to you when it comes. So hell no. Like I said, I'm way more photogenic now than I was then. You're talking about a guy that was trying to keep his identity hidden for a long time. I'm not even comfortable looking at myself right now. I have this and I have the TV and I'm focusing on the light right here. I'd rather focus on comments than be looking right at you guys, because then I have to see myself. I could be doing some poses, but I'm not super comfortable. So no, that was not happening. So vinyl, CD, aircraft, future technology, old school two-way. Give me a page on my two-way. Are you talking about the 7-inch set, or you're talking about the deluxe that's coming out next week officially? I'm more interested in what set you guys are getting. Are you getting vinyl? Are you getting CD? We asked earlier what you're getting it from Amazon, the estate. Are you getting vinyl, or are you getting CD? Or are you guys just getting the digital downloads? So I mean, Joshua Welton thought the same thing. Gucci thought the same thing. Gucci told me, like, my wife knows where I'm going to be before I do, because he doesn't tell us the tour dates. And then, you know, Gucci would be like, oh, you're going to be in Maryland. And they're like, what? Well, Dr. Funkenberry just posted you guys are, playing Maryland this weekend. So when I first met him, that's what he was telling me, is like, where we're going to play before we do. Then my wife knows where we're going to play before I do because of that. So what was the stage I think that we're with women musicians out there less often not being heard? Women are kicking ass right now, and they could have been kicking ass for a long time. From Halsey to BB Rexa to Taylor Swift, who's now like all of a sudden the elder stateswoman 8 albums in. You got Mariah Carey, you got Sade. These are like the elder people. But Billie Eilish, like, this is amazing what's going on right now, and I'm all for it because I can relate to that stuff more to it than other things. CD and vinyl, people are saying, when it comes to the releases. So want the CD set so bad. Christmas, call Barnes & Noble's order, but they won't have to pick it up at the store. Home delivery only. All right. Or you don't have a local record store? Well, here's the deal. How I came up with that name is that I was asked to do a post on news on him to get out and to not put it on the fan boards. So I was trying to come up with different names. The post made within 5 minutes. For 3 hours trying to pick a name, and it wouldn't go through. So I started throwing stuff together. Like, again, they're needing this info out now. The only thing keeping me up is the name of the website or the publisher. Nothing is taking. Nothing at all. Avant Purple, trying to do something that had a tie-in later with Lotus Flower. Nothing is taking. And these weren't names that were being used. It just wasn't taking. So you're 3 hours in, you throw in Dr. Funkenberry, and it freaking took. So I posted it, went to bed, went to work. New York Post picked up on the next day. I had another story that came my way with Britney Spears and Courtney Love. And I went, well, guess I'm being known as freaking Dr. Funkenberry now. Trust me. That's why I say the J7 name was cooler than that. Captain, you must have heard of us talking about podcast I support and stuff. BB writes for a lot of artists like Rihanna and whatnot. And Rihanna is another artist we didn't talk about. CD from local record store, exactly. Exactly, Rihanna, yes. Rihanna, no one cares. Ariana Grande, I love her very much, love her music. She has a little bit of an attitude on stuff, but those are just some of those things that you go into. Like, you can tell that she was totally inspired by Mariah because she has that diva attitude. So it could have been freaking Dr. Funkenberry, but that's what it comes down to, is like, the names I was putting in were not taking. So 2008 was the year when that happened. So just talking about the box set coming out, other things going on, podcasts that I support and that I don't like, the pissing contest that goes on and people worrying about what guests that you have on or other things. Like, if you're so great and you're so bad, just worry about your show and doing stuff. And like, I saw a tweet this week where someone was complimenting someone's show while dissing mine. And they felt the need to like it and retweet it. If anyone was trying to pay me a compliment on my show, but was dissing someone else's show, I'm not liking it, I'm not commenting on it, I'm not responding. It's like the comment didn't exist. So if you're that thirsty for comments, maybe you should be having a drink while doing your show like I do, because it quenches my thirst. Lady freaking Gaga. Did I not mention Gaga? I love her, and she dropped a new video today for 911. So, yeah. Well, her stuff goes for ridiculous amounts of money, and it's what Ariana's like 4 or 5 albums in. I think she's dropping another one shortly. It's crazy. You're not going to get everything's going to be like stuck with you. You're going to get more of a Rain on Me, like what she did with Gaga. Nope. Amazon is a bigger company than the Prince estate in music today. So that's for sure. It was not. It actually had to do with Funkenstein and just trying to do something different. Maybe with just because I was throwing names together, but definitely with the George thing, I'm like, I can't do Funkenstein. And it's just, and of course, out of all the names I chose, which are some really great ones, didn't take. And no one was using it. But frickin' Funkenberry took, and I went, all right, guess that's what we're going with. It's unfortunate, Captain. I'm just tired of it. Also met Prince on August 11, 2004, Musicology Tour, and he had the Walk of Arrogance. That walk that said, I got it, and I know that I got it. I was scared to approach him and freaked out, but I could tell that he liked his space and didn't want to be bothered. Some fans tell me I was lucky to get that close to him. It's all good. Everyone's got a Prince story. It's unfortunate that you feel that way. But who knows what the future holds, right? Prince still had love for Sheila E. I want us all to get along. I'm going to be Rodney King when it comes to that one. There's a lot. To be honest, there was 3 of us before he passed. There was Peach and Black, myself, but I was doing Spreecast, not really podcast, and then Michael Dean, which was the original Prince podcast. And by the way, thanks to Michael Dean for giving me props a few weeks ago on his show. It got back to me. I appreciate that. So, the first story of what? J7 is a better name. I agree. But Housequake and the Org tried to crap on it after Funkenberry was discovered. But J7 is shorter. J7 doesn't sound as arrogant. And J7 and Funkenberry were the exact same person, but J7 got a lot more love than Funkenberry did. So, I mean, this is what I learned, is that concentrate on you. Don't worry about others. I used to get caught up in that, and you can't. And you have to adapt. You have to change. And if you're constantly worried about other people, but you're supposedly doing so much better than other people, what does that say about you? Like, I'm going to continue to clap. I should have been involved in projects and I wasn't. But I'm going to continue to clap for the people that are involved. And my day will come. What do I get dissing people that have something that I want or doing something that I want? What do I get out of it? Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And people just, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, a lot of people want what I got. Cody can attest to that. You don't need to say nothing. But if anyone hits you, they can hit you up and ask about stuff. I'm not doing it. But, people are jealous or are worried about you. Like there'll be stuff that I have that other people don't have. There'll be stuff that other people have that I don't have. Like, just appreciate it. Appreciate that we're all different and we have different stories. Don't try to have what I have. I don't want what anyone else has. So, talk to Captain about that if he'll do a show. We'll probably have to, if we did a live show where I could be on their show taped, we'd have to get it all worked out. Cheesecake Funk in the house. What up, Vanessa? So, yeah. I'll never be bitter and I'll never be old. They all get older, but I get younger. And that's c'est soi. I don't know. I love J7, but we can love Funk and Mary too. It's okay. It's just tired of the pissing contest. I'm just tired of it, you know? And I will tell people to their face that I'm happy that they're involved with stuff. There's no point in doing it. I didn't. There's supposed to be one in Los Angeles on Melrose Avenue. There was even a phone number for it that I was calling. And then we had the 94 Northridge earthquake, and then it never opened. So there was a spot rented and all these other things. That's what it goes on to. Hugs to me. Thank you. One time I'll get a slice of that cheesecake, a small, tiny slice. No more of the box. Or else whoever I'm with will have to eat it all. And last time it happened, they got a food coma. So, yeah. I was J7 on there, but Funk and Mary upset people. They wanted to know what was hip. And he got me into trouble. So, Prance or Priance. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Who's the mole for you guys? Don't know what you're talking about. That's pretty cool. See, that's why like people like, oh, you have everything. No, I don't. No, I don't. There's a lot of stuff I don't have. So, yes. Earl's Court. Sounds amazing. And if I ever make a mistake, I'll be quick to own up to it. I try not to, and I try to be factual on everything. I may miss like a lyric, but you can cut me a little bit of slack on that. But that's it. Even when it comes to dealing with the estate, because they don't want anyone who's going to be official. And I'm like, look, I just want to get stuff right. Like, I don't care. It's more important to me to get stuff right and to be accurate than to make mistakes. That's kind of cool. Indirectly. Yes, Vanessa, we need you to pull out more stuff than that Get Off vinyl and other things. What about that Hot With You vinyl? Yeah. No, he didn't, and I'm not certain. I know later in his career he was working with more male artists, working with The Weeknd. He did work with Kendrick Lamar. So, man, I hope you left with like 2 hands worth of stuff, Captain. Like, for real on that. You're going to have BP hitting you up. Yeah. You got more than I do, BP. And that's just it. It's your journey. You have other things, and that's amazing. That's awesome. Lucky duck. Does everything still fit you? Inquiring Funkenberries want to know. If Prince didn't know all the lyrics, I don't know all the lyrics anymore because there's so much information that I have to keep in store. We have to go on to it. What up, Fred? Yeah. So, Madhouse Music. They had a bunch of stuff I ordered from them in the past. So, yes, it was. You know, for someone who didn't have a top 10 hit since 1994, but had a successful tour with Musicology, had a successful run at the O2 Arena, had what's arguably considered the best Super Bowl halftime show ever in 2007, was quite relevant and was making a few million a night for his shows. You know, like he paved the way. Like he struggled, but in the end, he was the victor. I just wish more people were listening to him then and were not using him as a thing that they're listening to now. Because if people were being listening to him, there wouldn't be so many labels as there are. And especially these younger artists, like the only people making money right now are the labels and the streaming services. And what streaming services make compared to the artist is pathetic and embarrassing. They should be embarrassed. So, yeah, that's what it comes down to. I don't think pissing on a Grammy is the best way of making your point. I mean, at least someone said, and they were saying this when they weren't winning awards, that they didn't care to win awards. All they want to do is dance, play music, sex, romance. But he even said in '86, it's easy for him to say stuff like that when he wasn't winning many. But for him to have so many more Grammys more than Prince, and then just whether he really pissed on it or not, putting it in the toilet says a lot. So you got to do it. And that's why I appreciate your donations and other stuff, because I'm just trying to make this show better. I do need to learn editing on YouTube and have ads on there so it creates revenue, so I'm not having to concentrate on you guys so much. But I really, and if what I mean by that is like when you have a 3-hour interview with Michael Bland, he has short stories that could be told, so maybe I'll be like the drum solo that you guys didn't know that Michael Bland played on or something like that. Or just the stories. But we have to do these things so I'm not having to depend on you guys so much. But I truly, truly, truly do appreciate it. So a lot, Kathy, a lot. And that's all we can think about now. Geez, we're 90 minutes in. Are you guys getting bored yet? So I'm going to try to have 2 shows next week. I'm just hoping that we have a little bit of a cool down. High five. How about self high five? Since we're all quarantined, self high five. So, yeah. I don't play, I watch. Let's see here. There we go. As I thought the One Night Alone tour would be like his last tour, but years down the road. I didn't expect that. I don't think he ever would have really announced it. Just like when he was with Musicology playing the hits for the last time, like you would have known, like after Bowie and whatnot, I think people were making sure to see him, whether it was in Australia, whether it was in Minneapolis, whether it was in Atlanta, because artists like that, you didn't know when you were going to see again. That's what it comes down to. So, at least to me. He was always teaching. May not have been directly like that, but it was just interesting with those things. So, yeah. You just would have walked away. Just would have been different, you know. Just like he's walking away in the shirt. Yeah. All right, guys, should we wrap it up? I know you guys enjoy these shows. I enjoy it too. I just don't want to overstay my welcome. So, good luck with that, Captain. Good luck. It could be a while, or it could be in different ways. But with 2 different record labels being involved, I don't see it. So, all right, gonna give you guys PayPal and whatnot links, just if you guys want to donate. Do appreciate it. Sorry for the people I haven't gone back to. It's not showing it, but I did respond to some people this week, and I just want to know, like, if you guys do want to, like, be, you know, shouted out that you guys are donating. Some people say I like it, and some are like, no, it's cool. So, you know, thank you. I like it when I want to. We'll do different stuff. And then here is Venmo. Because we want to get some other things for you guys. I have a person that's supposed to, Best Buy is supposed to mount the TV, but it hasn't been done yet. And then I think Cash App is this, which is the exact same thing. But I'll make sure I spelled it correctly. Or else it's a stream apart from YouTube. On Facebook and Twitch. There's more people on Facebook than YouTube, but YouTube's getting more consistent with stuff, with our views. But I thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Planning on a show on Wednesday, planning on a show on Friday for the Sign of the Times set. I know Baby Yoda's looking at something. So, what are personal questions safe to ask? Nothing has to do with dating life for now. Let's just keep it on Prince and other things. That'd be better. All right. I appreciate you guys. Much love. What's one lesson Prince tell you always think about? You need to hustle. Always hustling, and you know, change things up. That's what I try to do. You adapt. You change it. All right. Much love, you guys. I think my voice is giving out. Don't know if it's the smoke or whatnot. It wasn't as bad. Thank you guys again for subscribing on YouTube, Facebook Live, donating, Apple Music, Spotify. Much love to you guys. We'll put it again at the end. Don't know what's doctor means, but we'll do it. But I appreciate all of you guys. Much love. Till next time, please keep it funky. Get ready for that Sign of Time set. Much love, everyone. Thank you guys for your patience and understanding. Keep it funky. Till next time.